Hey guys, we're in Columbia, South Carolina at store 114, Columbia in a Center.
And today we're interviewing Anna Kate, HR generalist, and this is Stockroom Sessions.
I am Anna Kate Phillips. I am from Dothan, Alabama. I actually started out as an STL in Dothan, Alabama, which was a tier 3 location. I am now an HR generalist in the HR department.
Okay, we like to make the first question really easy. Is proper documentation your favorite words?
Yes. Yes.
HR flutter.
Proper documentation and lots of documentation. There's no such thing as too much documentation. Yes.
So what kind of made you get into HR?
Well, I think, as STLs, we are generalists. We wear that hat every day. And I, in just my strength finder, I think that my top strength is a relationship builder. It's really what I'm passionate about. People has always been my true passion.
So how many stores are you responsible for, or people are you responsible for?
I support 2 regions. I support Region 15, which has 121 stores and 10 districts. And then I support Region 23, of course, which has 135 stores and 11 districts. So all in all, I support 21 districts and 256 stores.
So what does a day in the life of an HR generalist really look like?
I'm more of an advisor. So I advise of what we can do, what are we allowed to do in situations. And, I really I spend a lot of my day. So a lot of times, people come to me in their hardest moments. And a lot of my time is spent, really listening and being able to just kind of guide that person in the right direction. And then a lot of times, a lot of my day is spent with people who come with high emotion of, oh my gosh, blah, 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 whatever that might be. So a lot of my day might be spent, saying, okay, I understand and I completely understand, but let's take the emotion out. So let's take the emotion out and what can we do? So what can we do without the emotion tied to it?
How do you get somebody that is, a little more emotional, or they're in a moment where they're kind of, heightened? How do you get them to come to a point that's, hey, let's talk about this, take the emotion out of it? How do you get them to do that?
I think that's a great question because everybody's different. So every situation is different. And I really have to go into every situation not knowing how every person, communicates. Every person will react. I don't know what they're going through in their personal life, what they've been through at work, whatever that might be. So, I think I just have to go into every situation and every conversation with, an empathetic heart and an empathetic mind and empathetic ears, and ready to listen.
Can you talk about kind of your role going from a tier 3 into HR?
I would be lying if I told you it was not a shock. I think going from a store to being, alone by myself, all day, every day in a remote location where the only interaction that I really get is like this interaction. That's strange. That can be shocking, but, it's different. You just have to kind of flex in the moment.
Okay, so all jokes aside, what is the importance of proper documentation?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to put that in words. Um, I literally don't know how to put that in words.
Put it into a document.
Put it into it. That's great. I think a lot of people hear documentation and I think they hear like it has a negative connotation. Like it's so scary, right? I think documentation is so scary. But when I hear documentation, I hear IDP. I hear an individual development plan. I hear progressive, I hear progression in your career.
So what advice do you wish someone would have given you on your first day as an HR generalist?
I think they gave it to me. You never ever know what you're going to get. And it's like a box of chocolates. And that ain't no joke. That is no lie.
So Forrest Gump gave you the best advice you could get.
It's like I'm sitting here with him on the bench. Right? I'm not even joking. We got that box of chocolates.
All right, so we know you partner with DTLs frequently, but what is your role in partnering with stores so they feel supported?
I get the chance to really kind of connect with our individual teams and get to know, individual teams and our support leaders and our BAs. I mean, at every level in our stores. And that's our time or my time to really connect and kind of find out, from a culture aspect of, that's how I paint my picture. If I call a store and I speak to, we call it, like our a culture builder. I'm able to truly paint a picture by speaking to stores. So I think that's the difference between speaking to a DTL is you get one perspective where, if I call a store, I'm gonna, I can gather 30, 50 perspectives and I'm able to paint a much, brighter picture, maybe more three-dimensional than a one-dimensional picture, if that makes sense.
So, what is the best piece of advice you could give stores so they can have a successful upcoming year?
Build your culture within your building. Build your culture. Like start out fresh with 2024, and start with people first, and realize that culture is really what drives your business. People work for people, and that is so true.
Speaking to someone who wants to follow in your footsteps and get into HR, what's one thing you would say to them?
Document it on an IDP. Don't stop talking about it. Don't stop documenting it. Talk about it with your DTL, talk about it with yourself, talk about it with your documentation of your IDP, and don't stop trying. Don't stop. I just can't say it enough. Don't stop talking about it. Don't sell yourself short, and make it clear what you want to do. Make it clear what your career path wants to be, where you see yourself, career pathing, and don't stop talking about it.
Gotcha.
Cool.
All right, so it's kind of the rapid fire section. So it's kind of like a Rorschach test. First thing that pops into your head, just spit it out. 30 seconds on the clock, and we're off.
All right. Would you rather squawk like a parrot every time you open your mouth or hop like a bunny every time you stand up?
Hop like a bunny.
What's the longest you would leave food on the floor before it was too late to eat?
I'm not a fit. No.
What's your go-to song if you had to sing karaoke?
Long black veil.
Go ahead and give us a couple bars.
No, I will. But no.
Have you ever learned the choreography for a music video? And if so, which one? And also, please show us.
Oh my God, Thriller.
What movie or TV show, no matter how many times you watch it, always makes you laugh?
The Office.
What's the worst fashion trend that you ever participated in?
Like, what is it? Like, concealer over your lips. So, all you
I don't
girls who
know what that looks
understand,
like, but I'm going to
anybody
look it
my
up
age,
after we leave here.
all the ladies like anywhere near my age or the 2000s, they're going to understand what I'm talking about.
So why do you think Cinderella's shoe fell off if it fit her so perfectly?
Because she was running away.
What's the most embarrassing song on your playlist?
If I have Justin Bieber on there, that's going to be one.
Baby, baby, baby.
Probably, yeah. I love it.
She got it in time. You got it in time. You do get the prize pack, which everybody is awarded if they make it in time. So Matt, what do we have for her?
We have a proper file for you, and in there is a note to file that says you're awesome.
So anytime you need to go through all those files, you can just see your file, pull that out, and get your note to file that says you are awesome.
I love it.
Thank you so much for doing this and being here with us today. Huge shout out, everybody. Give it up. Anna Kate.
Thanks, guys. This was fun.
Thanks so much for being here today.
Hope to see you in a stockroom near you.